Obviously, that song made Greg whine and complain, but I don't blame him. How to deal with a whiner. This is an article that came out. It was a therapist session that a woman was having, and all of a sudden the therapist said, okay, haven't we heard this before? And she was just totally over it. And we've been talking a little bit about what it's like to try to be a better person, a more tolerant person, or at least we're airing our problems on air. So I wanted to start off by talking about dealing with a whiner. Have you ever had a whiner that worked for you, and how'd you deal with it?
Well, obviously the worst whiners are babies. Just grow up. Grow up, babies. No, you know what? You know who whines the most? Beta males. And guess who owns that demographic?
Who?
Barack Obama?
Ah. Oh, whiners. That's a good one. Okay, what about you, Andrea? But he's a nice guy.
I wanted to infuse politics into it right away. I know.
Right, Dana, but he's a nice guy.
What about you? Have you ever had to deal with a whiner that you just have to like tell them to stop talking?
I don't deal with them. I ignore them. What frustrates me, though, is the whiner that gets their way because they wear people down with the whining. They just don't want to hear it, so people go, oh, we'll just do whatever you want. I totally ignore the whiner. Tough love.
I got some relationship advice kind of along these lines from a woman. She'd been married 30 years, and she told me that somewhere along the way she was told, when you get home from work after a long day, that you and your spouse or partner, whoever it is, should only say to one another the very best thing and the very worst thing that happened to you during the day, because everything else is just whining.
My wife never remembered a single thing that was good during the day. Let me just
Could that have been your fault?
I had an example.
Wasn't being married to you enough?
Well, that was something to whine about. But listen, I had an example of it today. Now, this is not a shot at senior citizens, but when you get behind them in lines, and they bring out their coupons. And I was behind somebody at the drugstore today, and she was bringing out her coupons and arguing with this person about how she should have $7 off her purchases, and went on and on and on and on and on. And I wanted to get out of there, so I just walked up, took $7, put it down, and said, "There you go, babe. It's all yours." And the other, I did. And the other thing, the other people who whine all the time, are right wingers.
Here it comes.
They whine and whine, and the Tea Party people whine.
You have a different perspective, though, right?
No, can I just point out that I whined about this segment this morning? I was like, yeah.
Wait a second. Can we just point out that whiners are no longer called whiners? They're called protesters. If you look at Occupy Wall Street, they're caught in a protracted adolescence. They haven't grown up. Oh, you did. You started with the Tea Party, Bob.
Hey, why don't we play that soundbite again of the Occupy Wall Street protest that was on with Hannity, because he was whining.
Yeah. I won't take a job for less than $80,000.
Last night I got to host one of my Minute Mentoring events here in New York City with Bracewell and Giuliani, and a lot of the the mentors, a lot of their tips actually centered around not whining. I think we have a little graphic. One is don't complain at work. That's good advice for young people, right? They're looking for a job. Don't complain at work. And be your own advocate and speak up. Don't be negative. And be proactive. If you aren't happy, do something about it. Don't just complain and whine.
What's the difference between stating your case
That's
and whining?
why I did it.
Right? Because we said, okay, so for example, we're accusing Eric of whining today. I don't know if you were whining except for maybe putting your position out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Thank you for pointing that out,
was this mentoring about all women mentoring?
Yes, it's young women, usually
You
ages
do a lot of mentoring,
22
Bob.
to 32.
Do you need any mentors?
Well, we might need someone to, not mentors, but you could pass around the hors d'oeuvres afterwards.
You can give them some cheese for their wine.
It's a great program. It's like speed dating, but mentoring for young women. We actually have a little photograph there.
Bob, you're not allowed to stay near women under a certain age, right? You have to stay within a certain distance of these young girls.
I beg your pardon. Are you accusing me of something here? Now, I mean, here's the other thing. We talked about this in the break. The people who you get in an elevator, I'm on the 42nd floor of my building. The health club's on the second floor. There's a staircase right next to the elevators to get to the second floor. All these people come in there all ready to go in the gym bags, and they take the elevator to the second floor. I mean, give me a break.
How do you know where the health club is?
Huh? I don't
That's
get near
what's
health
cool.
clubs.
I'll give you one, which is when you get on, when everybody should take the thing on your phone that has you can hear the typing on the iPhone. You turn that setting off because you are annoying everybody. That is my last whine.
You know, the kind of whiner I hate is like a celebrity chef who whines about spending programs and government programs while skimming tips off his workers. That's a whine.
Or TV hosts who whine about a joke or a comment that happens on another network.
Yeah, that is really whining at its worst. We're going to keep talking about that in the break, and we're going to come back. We've got one more thing, and we're going to include a tribute to a music legend who sadly passed away earlier today.
I tell you what.